All right, we're live.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're live. All right. Yeah, we're. I thought it'd be good to get out of the hotel room, but I underestimated how loud everywhere is. So on and I have been walking. We went onto the beach. It's too loud on the beach. They've got a load of music going on. So we walked around looking for coffee shops, but they're all next to sort of like amusement arcades and big screens playing adverts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So how's
You're clear. You sound clear and fine here.
okay? I can't hear you too well. But let me see if I've got headphones.
Okay.
No, don't worry, I'll be fine. And I recognise that painting behind you. I thought it's very good. It reminded me of Heckle's Force.
Maybe you're rubbing off on me.
Yeah, no, there's a good link there between Heckle's Force Junior and what you're doing. I think.
Cool. My daughter works at a Harvard art museum. He's a security guard, and they have a big collection of Heckle work.
Oh, okay.
And right now they have a show going on for the next couple weeks of some of his stuff. So I knew nothing about him until you told me about your collaboration with Billy and then everything else.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, he's underrated, Heckle. I mean, my favourite is still Kirkner, but after Kirkner, I'd have Heckle, I think, of the German Expressionists. Not including Paul Klee, of course, I mean, Klee's my favourite, really, but I think he's from a different genre to what they were doing. But
is he German?
I think Klee was no, he wasn't German. He was
Scandinavian, right?
No, I don't think he's. I think he was either Swiss or Austria.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think he might have been Swiss. I'm not sure. But he's bundled in with the German Expressionists a lot, even though I think Klee is his own genre. He doesn't really fit with anything.
I know.
And I think he's my favourite. Well, I mean, between him and Picasso and Miro, they're my favourite three.
Oh, Miro's great. If you ever get a chance to go to Spain, you and on.
Oh, hang on. I'm scared of something. Darling, scared, darling. Do you want to go somewhere else? All right, on wants to move. All right, darling, let's go somewhere else.
Coffee. I think
coffee. Yeah, let's get coffee. Yeah, all right, you lead the way, darling. So, I haven't seen a lot of Miro, but I don't see a lot of anything. Do you sort of go to exhibitions and that when they're in town?
In my town, there's never exhibitions. But when I go visit Sophie, our daughter, I go over to the museums. Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, you do. I used to go, but then I just found I was wasting my time because I would go and I mean, as soon as I saw one painting, I'd want to do a painting, but I couldn't because I was in a gallery.
Exactly. I get that way, but that's okay. I get that way too.
Yeah. I mean, it's just as good for me to just glance at a JPEG as it is to go to an exhibition.
Yeah.
It has the same effect.
Well, but we were in Boston last summer, and I forgot whose show it was. Who's the guy? Munch? Edvard Munch?
Edvard Munch. Yeah, the Norwegian guy.
Yeah. They had a show of his work. And the greatest thing I took back from that was his there was a photograph of one of his exhibitions. It was black and white. None of the work was framed. And I thought that was very cool. So he was already thinking Stuckism, way back when. It was just, pieces of paper, paintings tacked up on the walls.
There's a photo of Munch's studio. What he did, he had a big room and he dug a ditch in the middle of the room and that's where he stood, and he had all his canvases propped up against the wall, and I think he would just go from one to the other and keep all his materials in the ditch.
Why the ditch?
I don't know, they're eccentric, aren't they, these artists? Don't understand it. But Billy's a big fan of Monk.
Yeah.
I've always found him to be sort of I don't know, just sort of quite bland. Like it's to me, it's a bit over dark and a bit bland. Oh, I think On's found a really good place. But I mean, Billy likes him, and I'm quite familiar with Monk's work.
Okay,
but
well, yeah, a lot of it's woodcuts, right? Or a lot of printing. He did a lot of printing.
He did a lot of printing because he could never handle selling his work. He hated selling paintings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, darling. Do you have a hot green tea? He hated selling his paintings, so when he realised he could do prints, he went head first into that.
And he was quite a salesman. He sold. He went out and sold. Yeah.
Hey, I think I've just given on my wallet. I think she'll just take care of everything. So, right, I think she's found the answer. Here we are. This should be quiet here.
Nice.
That's better.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit down here until someone tells me I'm not allowed to.
Where are you?
Currently,
Okay.
it's where the lift is. I'll let On do whatever she's doing. I think she's getting me a hot green tea. But yeah, so work. So what are you up to work-wise at the moment?
Well, that was just yesterday's painting. My sister's in town because of the holidays, because of Christmas. So we're very busy with family. Work is taking the back. Rose and I started another big painting upstairs. That's something new.
Is that is that your second one?
Yeah, we got into that, and which is nice. So I'm trying to let her take the lead, but I still seem to be doing more of the work. So she's got to get in there in the next week or two.
Yeah, is she more comfortable about being filmed at all, like time lapse or anything like that? No.
Well, yeah, as long as it's not like live, she wouldn't want live, and she doesn't. Unlike me, she doesn't want to be a spectacle. I'm a ham. I can't help it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
But if I did the time lapse and when the painting was done, showed her that she'd be fine with that. So she doesn't mind that kind of thing. But also sometimes we're just in our pajamas, painting. So no self-respecting woman over 51 wants her painting in pajamas to be seen by everybody on earth, right?
Yeah.
Anybody, not everybody.
I get the impression that she tidies up what you do and then you mess up and she tidies up again. Is that generally how it works?
Yeah. Yep. Yesterday she left for work and said, "Oh, I really like that. I like that clear spot where she, fades into nothing. It fades into the canvas." And I said, "Oh, that's me too." And I didn't even realize it. But I got up from my computer. The sun was shining and casting a shadow right over her clear spot. So I said, "Well, that shadow is a nice." Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. She's just calling me over, but I'll go later. Sorry. So you fight over the clear spots. Is that how it works?
No. So she's left saying, "I really like that clear spot. Let's keep that clear spot." And I said, "Okay." So she's gone. I get up from the computer. The sun's casting a shadow on the clear spot, and the shadow's a nice shape, like this funky shape. So I took a dark, pine green and went over the shadow and ruined her clear spot. Oh well.
Yeah. No, the first one looks great. The first one's really good. So whatever you're doing is working.
Thanks. Do you have to get up and move? I don't want to keep,
No one's told me anything. I mean, no. I don't think anyone minds me being here. But I've just saw on Instagram how to do a 16
segue into that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I saw how to do a 16-page fanzine from a single sheet of A3 paper.
Folding?
Yeah, there's a trick to it. I'll send it to you, but I've got lots of A3 paper in our hotel room. They're tiny. They're about that big, and I'm going to do little original Hecklesworth Junior drawings in them. I just went to the art shop now and got the pens and the Yoo-hoo sticky stuff.
Real tight folds.
Yeah, and you've got a few choice cuts with the scissors, and it folds.
Okay.
You don't need to do anything to the spine. You just fold it, and it's a 16-page zine.
Do you work on the full A3 and then fold it? Yeah.
No,
Right.
you fold it first, so you got your borders, and then you make. I think your front page is, I think, maybe the bottom left, and then I'll just do them all. And I've got some.
I can't wait to. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be giving those out. But yeah, I woke up the other day and I thought about the Freeze Art press release, because I'm going to have to send something out. Now, I thought I might send everyone a painting, because it only costs £4 to post a painting.
Press release to who?
Sorry?
Who would you send it to? That's a lot of painting.
I am a bit noisy. I didn't hear what you just said, but I'm going to do a press release, but I'm going to send it with a full-size painting with each one.
That's so cool. That's good.
Covered in advertism, and I'm going to send it to the major players of the alternative to Freeze Art, which is the money laundering, embezzlement, human trafficking network that we call the art world. Send Tate Gallery, the Guardian News. The Guardian is this left-wing, pearl-clutching.
I know the Guardian.
Yeah.
I know of it. Yeah.
I mean, their whole mission is to I don't know what their mission is, but they are the number one voice, really, in terms of mainstream media on the art world. I'd say people go to the Guardian to hear about the art. And what they kind of enable and support, I think, is totally counter to this image they have of themselves.
Statements. Right.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's everything that's wrong with extreme capitalism rolled into one thing called the art world, and they are a major mouthpiece of that, what I consider to be criminal network. Always banging on about how corrupt Donald Trump is and how corrupt the right wing are.
Right.
I think
Never
unbelievably hypocritical. Oh, they're all the same. They're all the same. Yeah. So I'm going to send, but as it happens, one of the writers there, if he's still there, Jonathan Jones, I really like him. I saw him talk at this I can't remember what it is. Is this do somewhere? Well, I saw him speak. He's a very nice man. I've never met him personally, but I've seen him do his public speaking, and he's put some stuff out for the other months. Who stuck this on his blog before. He's really good. So I'm going to send him one with our kind of the Freeze Art interpretation of the kind of people and the kind of crimes that the main media supporting.
But they're obviously but it's a press release to the enemy. They're going to just rip it up and throw it in the trash can.
Good, because I'm going to be documenting. I'm going to be like Michael Myers, walking into, because I know where the Guardian newspaper is, because I go past their offices on a Monday on the way to Billy's.
Oh, brilliant.
They're near King's Cross. So I'm just going to get off the bus with my video thing recording, walking in there. I did this at Tate once when I gave some stuff to Sirota and Bob and Roberta Smith. I just walk into reception and put it in their internal mail. So they won't cost me anything. And I'm going to have one for him, one for Adrian Searle, who hates Stuckism. I'll have one free painting for him. And with the press release on it, attached on it as advertism.
Oh, brilliant. I like that a
And
lot.
yeah, and I'll do the Tate Board of Governors, and then post them to Damien Hirst, Tracy Emin, all them lot. Just post it all out to all these people. The London Mayor Sadiq Khan's going to get one because London is the major centre for this, for how the art world operate.
Of course. Yeah.
And it's all happening. It's all happening in this unregulated, what I think is massively unethical, probably illegal. Or I wouldn't want to libel anyone by saying that, but probably suspiciously looking like it might be legal activity. Send one to Sadiq Khan, MPs, or just send them out, like I say, £3 a time, and make a film like you did with your A to Z of me just trying to promote that free art, giving art away free, is the ethical way forward, and it's feasible. Now we have things like Blurt and Ecency, and do it in a sustainable way,
in ways that people can donate to the artist, to the painter, in a way to keep them going. Bare bones.
Yeah.
Very quickly, then we have Venmo here, PayPal, ways to just, I'll send this guy a couple pounds, because he's doing a good thing. Same with Substack. That's why I like Substack. So if you want to give me some money, you can.
Yeah.
And that's great. I love your idea. I used to do that, by the way, not what you're doing, but I would send, after I wrote a book and it'd be hotly, full of opinion and politics, I'd send them to my representatives, even though they're called out in the book. I did the same, same type of thing. I didn't document it like a fool. One time during the Iraq War, this is going to make you laugh, I sent 40 individual letters to all the churches in my area, any church or religious organization, saying, why aren't you saying anything, whatever. But it was a long letter calling out the hypocrisy. And never got any return mail from them. But,
Well, that's okay, because if you document the fact that you've sent it to them in an undeniable way, for example, video, then the lack of response is incriminating.
And also entertaining.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you're right. We have to keep sight of why we're doing it. I mean, it's a way to get the idea of free art out there. So you're right. Entertainment's the way to do it. No, I think in a way, I'm really happy here in Thailand, but in another way, I'm quite eager to get home to get started on all this.
Well, let it all brew. Let it brew, because that's why you're doing what you're doing, and it's hanging back, and you're still working a lot.
Oh yeah. No, I'm getting more done here than I would if I was in London right now.
Right. So you're getting the physical stuff, the hard work done, but you're also thinking, getting ideas, because you have ideas, and that's the time spent away where you're not caught in a grind like I am right now, or kind of like a rut, and you have time, you have freedom to think. Big deal.
No,
that's a big deal.
I've bought myself a notebook recently because I've been keeping ideas, and also the stuff you and Off Grid Life are giving me on Blurt. I'm making notes of all that, because like I tried to get on Blurt Media the other day, but I had trouble signing in because I didn't have like some whale wallet extension or something.
All you got to do
browser.
is ask Off Grid Life. He'll get you started.
Yeah. No, he sent me the link for that. And Steam, it's an ongoing problem. And the other one, Ecency, I've run out of resource again.
I sent you something.
So you did, and after you sent it to me, I posted, and then I tried to reply to you, and it said you don't have enough resources. So I know. So I don't mind. I mean,
play around in your wallet.
My wallet's got about £15 in it.
Okay.
My wallet's got money. And Off Grid Life has been sending me stuff because he's bought one of the Blurt posters.
Nice.
Which is hopefully not blown up in Korat right now. So he's helped me out.
No,
I
what I
know.
mean is, I didn't know how to work the wallet and how to convert so that you can post. And Owasco, somebody who follows you, explained it to me, and I thought I sent you a link to what she wrote about how to free up that money to be able to post.
That's what I need to do. I'll check.
Yeah, okay.
So where did you send me that on Blurt as a reply?
I sent you the link either on Ecency or Flirt. Yeah, I don't.
I'll find it. Yeah,
And it's
because
a link
that's
to
what I
her.
don't understand.
Mhm.
I've got money. But it says you don't have the resources. So I need to look into it properly because I don't really. I'm just sort of pressing buttons, not really know what I'm doing.
Me too. I still
So
after 2 years. So just so you know,
yeah.
the Steam It. This is every once in a while. It used to be often, but this morning I go on my Steam It wallet or my notifications, and I got $30 from one curator
Wow.
for one post.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it happens, and they just quality posts. They want to see good stuff and original things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people are just going to AI and saying, "Look at this movie I made."
Right.
No, right?
Yeah.
But the $30, it's really nice and out of nowhere. So I was ready to go. Wow, Steam's only giving me like pennies now, but then that pops in, so I say, okay, I'll stay here. Just keep pushing through. And
Yeah. I mean, Blurt's the easiest I've found to use of three.
it is. Yeah.
Steam, I can't even sign up for it. Ecency, I'm slowly getting there. But I'd like to be on Blurt Media, so I need to sort out that Well Wallet thing.
There was a couple hurdles to get on there, but it wasn't. If I could do it, I know you could. I just don't think I could teach you how to do it. That's how bad I am at understanding this stuff. But if I can, I'll send you whatever links I can.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, and if I'm okay on a once I'm sat on a desktop, I can do anything. When I'm on my phone, I'm always paranoid that I'll do something, and also because I'm so dependent on my banking here in Thailand. If anything went wrong with my phone and my banking, I'd be screwed. So when it comes to downloading like browser extensions and apps, I sometimes think, like with Well Wallet, I think I'll wait till I get home before I start messing about with that stuff because the priority is to make sure that I can function in Thailand for the next couple of months.
Which is what you're doing. You're going to have an extension, right, on your visa?
I'm going to apply. Yeah, I'm probably going to apply tomorrow. Yeah, we're a bit slow getting going today, so I'll probably apply for my extension tomorrow, and then potentially go to Vietnam for a month.
It's all very confusing. There's a war going on, right? Still, battles still happening.
Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if they extend your visa. Wouldn't you?
Oh, I think it'll be all right. I think Thailand are okay with Brits being here. If not, On and I can both go to Vietnam, and I think we might stay in Vietnam till late March, and then come back to the UK together.
Wow! Would it be a vacation for you both? Have you ever been there? Either of you? No.
Yeah, no, I don't think either of us have ever been there. But it means that On and I can come back together. And if I go to London on my own, a lot of the work I'll be doing is the kind of stuff On could be doing, like more artist assistant work, like cutting up cardboard frames, not making artwork, cutting out the letter stamp stuff I could get. So I think it'd be more productive to just stay out in Southeast Asia for right until March doing paintings and then go back together with a truckload of stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then On can be gluing it to cardboard with me, so that stuff will get done a lot quicker. We can go to Camden. On can look after the Camden store for a little bit while I go off and do stuff. So it'd be much more long-term productivity, I think, better if I stay here and just get paintings done.
And just build up on that. Build up on your press release idea.
Yeah, and like with you as well. We seem to be knocking together ideas on this podcast, and then we just go after the podcast and do it, and then the next week we've got another load of ideas.
I know.
So,
Well, I'm
well, that's
working on
worth
it.
it.
But I quoted you in your blurb post this morning because I wanted to bring some. I wanted you to talk more about it. How is the the whole free art, freeze art press release you're going to put out about the poorest countries in the world are being exploited, right? How does that work?
Yes.
Because I'm sure our viewers would love to know. Right?
Embezzling, corrupt leaders of third world countries embezzling money out of those countries and using the art market to wash that money clean, and the whole thing supports the clothes shop art world where they use that money to enrich themselves. So they're taking it out of the hands of the poorest people in the world and using it as a playground money for the super rich.
And price fixing too is I'm sure a big deal.
They. I'm not. It is perhaps more unethical than illegal. But what they will do, and it makes sense. Let's say you've got you see the stuff behind the scenes. Nobody knows what the money goes for. The public view of what an artist's work is worth is really whatever goes on in the auction houses. So if you've got an auction of an artist you're collecting, you and your fellow collectors will get together and make sure that the bids go up to a good price. So you'll happily overpay for an artwork, so the public
Right.
perception of that, so your collection stays high. So even if you might make a loss on one artwork, your collection gains outweigh that. I mean, I'm not sure that's in any way illegal, but it's a bit like it's not the natural free market at work. It's
Puerto Rican market.
manipulated.
It's actually in the U.S. with the stock market that would be very illegal.
Pump and dump. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the Wolf of Wall Street got done for. It was phoning around people to get them to buy a stock that they otherwise wouldn't, based on false information,
Right.
and then
False
they
information.
would sell
That's the
it.
underlying thing. How do you monetize the worth of a painting? How do you make that price? It's arbitrary. I don't know. I've thought about this too much where it's just obvious to me that it's all crazy. It's all Fruit Loops. how
Yeah.
those
I mean,
prices
I imagine. I mean, I've not heard this anywhere, but I imagine it's actually better for them to have work that's rubbish than good, because if you've got, say, for example, a painter who's a really good painter, and someone comes along who is better than him or her, then that would reflect badly on you. But if you've got stuff which has no artistic value whatsoever, let's say, for example, an unmade bed, you can't have a better unmade bed. It just is what it is. You know,
and
or
it's
a
also
banana.
original in the sense that this is my concept. It's an unmade bed. If you do it, you're
That's
just
it.
copying me. Right.
Yeah. To have artistic variables in there will just muddy the waters and be a potential problem. So I can understand why they're using the worst art they can possibly find to use rather than stuff of any kind of perceived quality, because then you're introducing something which you can't control, and then the whole thing, I think, would fall apart. So yeah, I mean, in a way, it's not ethical, but the bit that gets me is when there's human suffering involved, and it gets quite dark at that point, because then that's not just people having fun making money. That's something akin to war crime in terms of how bad it is. And to have
It's a good take.
mainstream household names, media
Yeah.
outlets supporting all that, I think is quite a powerful thing to put into a press release if we've got an alternative that sidesteps all that. So I think if I can clearly explain what free art is and how it works as a way in which art can function in a better way if it's adopted, and put that into a few paragraphs, then I think it makes for a decent press release.
Oh, yes. And if you get some interviews, that would be fantastic because you always come out on top of those too.
That's a really good idea. I haven't thought of that. If we could not, I mean, obviously having like things like podcasts interview us, that's really good. But there might even be, as a result of the press release, some people who I may be able to interview. I didn't think of that.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. Well,
but
making
yeah,
a
I mean,
movie? Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I might reach some sympathetic ears. You never know.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But then you can also drop off some press releases to people who might actually, by their mission statement, be sympathetic. Is there anything in London any organization that is a positive force for, free art, freeze art? Is there anything alternative, avant-garde out there that has a following? It's just
maybe some art magazines or something.
maybe, yeah.
Local press. I mean, the local press might go with it, but there's, like I say, if I can hand deliver a lot of them in a day, just go around central London and post all the others for £4 each. You could send 100 paintings out for a few £100.
That is the center of the unethical world is London. I mean, that's more so than New York, because in New York they would baseball bat you. There's something about London that's much more polite and receiving. Like, I'll talk to you. Okay, thank you for this thing.
Yeah.
But in New York, they'll say, "Get out of here, and here are my goons to send you out." It's like what I noticed there is it's a much more open society in the sense of it allow you to not accost but confront, to be in front of you. The fact that Downing Street is right there and I can stand right next to number 10, pretty much and throw a lemon there is enough. It says enough about the difference in our culture versus governments and the way people act.
Nicholas Sirota, when he was director of Tate Gallery, was the most receptive of anyone I sent anything to. He was supportive and positive. He archived stuff I sent him in the Tate library. And he was the number one target of Stuckism. And what I was doing was Stuckism focus. So I always really respected him for that. That as the number one target of us, he was also the number one, because it's easy to ignore people into irrelevance, and that's what 99% of the time happens. They know the best way to get rid of you is to ignore you. And he was probably the only one who didn't do that.
That's nice.
So you find good quality people in the most unlikely of places. So
is he still alive?
I'll go. Sorry?
Is he still alive, Nicholas?
Yes, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, he's not Tate director anymore. I think he went to the Whitechapel Gallery, but there's I expect to have some unexpected results from this press release, because people who I imagine will get back to me won't, and people who I think will toss my painting into the dustbin as soon as they receive it. In a way, I kind of expect them to be the ones who turn out to be surprisingly encouraging.
Yeah, I'm sure of it, because people are people, and nobody gets up in the morning and says, "I want to join the embezzlers."
No,
everyone thinks they're relatively good, but it's this, maybe a system drives people to be not like it's the buck. The buck doesn't stop with them, so they just are involved in it. I mean, we all have our fingers in the poisonous web. It's we can't. None of us are free and unguilty or unresponsible for the way the world is in some way.
Yes. No, you're right. We're partakers in it. I mean, I'm sure I've supported something pretty bad just by flying over to Thailand for a couple of months. I mean, you know what I mean? Where does that money go?
You can't shake it off. It's like,
yeah. You buy a plane ticket anywhere in the world, you do something bad.
Right.
Like those COP20 people flying their private jets over to talk about climate change. I mean, the best is that they cleared a rainforest for it.
Drinking from plastic bottles, right? Just
everything. as if it's an in joke on the public.
What we have here is that we have our system of academia is huge, hugely entrenched, where like the climate scientists take their students to Antarctica to study sea ice, and to see how, what was the atmosphere like 300,000 years ago. They're flying. It's bottled boxes of bottled water, to bring with them, and that's happening with.
No.
I mean, every other college does that. So there's just this back and forth to Antarctica to show everybody, how bad things are.
Yeah. No, it's they say
I'm
save
excited.
the world. I mean, so they say save the planet. I mean, I think the planet would be quite happy for us to be extinct.
I was just going to say that. Yep, that's going to save the planet. There's no doubt.
You know what I mean? We should
People aren't gonna
keep
do
putting carbon monoxide into the air. Whatever it is that kills us is what will save the planet.
Did you ever hear James Lovelock?
No.
He's a British ecologist. He's 100 now if he's still alive. He was alive a while ago, but he termed the Earth the system called Gaia, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Gaia, and which was some sort of Greek goddess or whatever. But it's the Earth. The whole Earth has its own mentality. Was his idea, and it will shake us off when it needs to if it isn't already. We're already in decline.
Right.
He swore that by the year 2100, we're going to be a bunch of roaming bands at the poles eating each other pretty much. And because of Gaia saying, no more, you guys are done. I'm going to send in the tornadoes and the hurricanes. The whole idea of global warming, and anyway, yeah, they rode him out on a rail. But
we'll see. But in the meantime, let's see if we can have some sort of impact. You know what I mean?
that's it. So this sounds good. I support this wholeheartedly. Is there anything I could do from my end to help your freeze art?
Whenever you want. I mean, that's it. We seem to enjoy doing things that push things forward anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, you're welcome to send work into. Like I said, I'll set you up on the other side of the road. The Ron Troop.
Oh, that's going to happen when you're back in London. I'll definitely send you a package of small artworks.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. But no. So what else is happening with you? Anything on the music front?
No. Yes. Rose is getting her guitar fixed. That's off in Rochester in the city. Some sort of luthier. What's a person who fixes guitars?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's
guitar mechanic. Yeah,
a guitar mechanic. It's at the shop, but no, it's a season where everything gets quiet and everybody gets depressed, and then Christmas is over and things improve. I'm more concerned about this year. I get very there's too much out there, and I start to think like I'd rather be like my grandkids. They're not allowed on the internet. They're 6 and 8 years old. And then I think of my mother, who's 80 years old, and she doesn't care about all that stuff. So I get very inward and say, I want to make art more than I want to get out there and make people look at my art. So I'm trying to think of ways to make it.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. No, On's calling me in because I can sit out here. Somebody's playing the trumpet.
Nice.
Oh, I'll just show you where we are. Here's patio.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Is that the ocean? Is that the bay?
That's Patio Beach.
Oh, nice. Hi, On.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your rings.
Yeah.
When's that going to happen?
No. So you're getting the urge to become more introverted.
No. Yes. Every time this year, I do the same thing. I cancel my Facebook, my Instagram. There's something to the fact of what you're doing when you put yourself out there that I'm not doing. So it's either get into that.
Right.
Are you okay?
Hang on.
Yeah.
I can't. They've got building work going on out there. Oh, sorry, Di. Maybe it's the hibernation DNA you've got in you.
Mm-hmm. It is. If I was in the city, like in London, the right time of year, or even just hanging out with you, I would be very non-introverted. I would be very excited about getting out there, doing camping, doing all that stuff. You do have an outlet because you do have a city of 10 million people to play around in. And so that doesn't exist here. So the only way to be extroverted is the internet. That's the only place where I can express myself, because here, forget it. My hometown, people are wonderful, but there's only so many times you can schlep paintings on your friends, before they think you're a nuisance. So
No, you've got to be in the right place. I mean, first and foremost, I think that's what has always been the case. People have either flocked to New York or they've flocked to London,
Paris,
and then they start because you've got to be in the right place at the right time. Now it's never the right time in the wrong place. So that's the thing. I realised when you were here, because you were here for 10 days, and it was like, right, Ron's here for 10 days. How can we get the most out of these 10 days as we can? And then I realised, well, hang on, why isn't this my attitude why does Ron have to be here for me to realise that this is the place to be?
It is.
And so now, so after you went back to New York, I started just sort of pretending you were still here, thinking, right, I'm in London, Camden's there, Piccadilly Circus is there. How can I use this day in London? And specifically thinking of the place I am. And I found that made things move a lot faster with regards to the Camden Market Free Art Man, because I didn't want to waste a day, not a day.
And you didn't. And I think what you're doing is so original and rare, because no one else is doing that I can only see positive things come of it. So, yes.
Yeah. I mean, people often say, are you worried somebody might copy what you're doing? And I think that's an encouraging sign, because it's not just me that doesn't understand why more people aren't doing it. It's obvious. It's obvious to people who aren't even interested in art that this is what people should be doing.
Yes. Yep. And that makes them interested in art. That's what will make them interested. And another reason it's bringing others. It's bringing people who aren't interested in art into the arts. It's one of the things I noticed, that there's that element of like, how dare you have so much fun while I have to go to this job all day long? There's that envy, and kind of like a disdain for the artist because of that. Who supports you? How do you do this? But if you make it free, it kind of confuses everyone. Like
it does. It confuses everyone over the age of 5. Kids who are like 5 think, great, a free painting, I'll take one. And the mother grabs them by the back of the neck and pulls them away, say, it's not really free.
Nothing's for free.
Yeah. They don't understand it.
Right. I would up that to age, I think age 9. I would go to age 9.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe they are a bit older. Because I don't have my own kids, so I'm not very good at gauging the age of what a child is. But
well, no, I mean, but Freya,
get it.
She would grab that free art, I think, right? Or Looney Rah Rah.
Looney Rah Rah. Yeah. No, she would. No, don't worry about it. I mean, I'm sure I said Freya 100 times on the podcast. I mean, But what was I say? Yeah, Keith Haring was another one for being well received by the children. He went to Australia. There's a very good documentary on YouTube of Keith Haring going to schools in Australia,
Okay.
and the kids said to him, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" And he says, "Oh, I'm going to this dinner or something for this big gallery." And they're like, "Oh, wow, that's really cool." He goes, "Well, I'd rather just be sort of stay here with you lot." Because I think he realised that's where you can interact with people, even though they're children,
Mhm.
without having to almost translate what you're saying into normal words. You don't have to
Mhm.
talk through all the
Mhm.
spiel. You can just talk like one person to another
Mhm.
without all the assumptions of what you are and what you're doing that you get when you go to a gallery or a private view or something. So
I homeschooled my daughters, as you might know, up until they went to high school, okay, and middle school. And that time was like I learned so much because I got an interest. I kept an interest where all my friends were worried about career and their new interest was, what's in their email box today. I was thinking of ways to learn about history, to learn, math in a different way, theoretical math, all this stuff that I never would have gotten into, science. I got a new interest for. And I did it through the
right.
eyes of an 8-year-old, through the eyes of a 10-year-old, 11,
Mm.
12-year-old, and writing and learning a new language, Spanish. So that what you're saying about Keith Haring, there's a Bob Dylan lyric that says, wherever the children go, that's where I want to go. I literally lived that. I was following their lead. It wasn't,
Yeah,
I didn't turn it into like a primer school, like, you sit down and we're going to study now. It was very relaxed, laid back, sitting on the couch, reading books and
yeah,
learning that way. And it was the best way to learn by far, I think. They went
yeah.
to school and they became stars in school. Like they were way ahead of the class and stuff, uh,
Really.
educationally, whatever that means, which was
And how much
a blessing and a curse.
how much time were they spending studying then during the average week when they were being taught by you?
Well, when it's me, well, that's just it. So let's just say one of the daughters would be, I'd have a book on science. She'd be reading it while I'm reading to her out loud or whatever. But we had a structured day when they woke up. I mean, we used everything, video, books. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on books alone, getting good books
Really?
in the house.
Yeah,
And, by 3 o'clock, I would do the normal thing. Okay, you're done. But that didn't stop learning. You just keep going
no,
when you're interested. So they would get
yeah,
very creative and make things and draw, um, join magazine contests for drawing and send it in. All kinds of stuff just nonstop going on.
yeah,
It just woke my brain up and made me young. And I think I owe everything to what I am today in my work ethic to that.
yeah.
Because
I think
I was, yeah.
I can see Freya Muniroro
Yeah.
learning audacity, and because she's seen firsthand what running a business is all about
From her
with
mom.
her
Yeah.
mum, and um, and she's in a way it's a level of smartness that she has that I didn't have. I mean, when she
Yeah.
walks around, because she knows how the shop works and she knows all the behind the scenes stuff. She can walk in and she talks to the owners of shops. Like when
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to the owner of a shop, it was like speaking to my headmaster. Where she can talk to them and understand things. And like you say, if she saw something like the free art man, she'll just start going up to him and saying, "What are you doing? How does this work?" Because
Mm-hmm.
she understands how business works. And she asked me about money, because she goes, "Oh, can I have some toys or something?" And I say, "Well, it depends if I make any money or not." And then she goes, "Well, how?" Because she knows I don't have a job. "Well, how do you make money, Uncle Paul?" And I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, I've got this going on, I've got that going on," and you find sort of creative ways to bring a few
Mm-hmm.
pounds into your bank account.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, and so she knows it's not just like when I was 16. I was still being told if you don't pass your exams, you won't get a job. If you don't get a job, you're not going to be successful in life. I didn't realise that wasn't true till I was probably in my mid-20s, maybe late
Mhm.
20s. Freya knows it now. She's 10.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
because yeah, you like what you did with your daughters. You're not straight into any structure, and you're not
Right.
learning within a framework. You're just
Right.
learning out in the
Right.
open, so
Yep.
you can learn things that you wouldn't have otherwise have even known existed had you gone to the school route with your kids.
Well, you had to every quarter in a year, you had to send to the school exactly what you did, and I used to get off on it. So we went above and beyond. They would get 8, 9-page booklets typed, number 12 font size typed of everything we did listed, all the books we read, novels, this
Yeah,
and that, and it wasn't a lie. So it always felt really good, sending them this stuff. And
yeah,
I had to triple stamp it, that kind of thing. But what
yeah,
Freya or Mooney Rara is what I've always wanted to be, street smart. She's got things
yeah,
down that you don't learn unless you're doing it.
yeah. And
You're not going to know math. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and because she's sort of jealous of adults, because adults get to do stuff that kids can't do.
right.
She's already, I think, figured out in her head what she intends to do when she's an adult, and she's probably
Nice.
thinking about it. Oh, I'm gonna go on Alibaba, get some stock from China sent in, and then I'll do this. Or
Yep.
she knows the nuts and bolts of what's happening, and so she'll come up with her own ideas. She likes drawing.
Well,
Um,
so do you, and that's the thing. She learns that from. I mean, you say Shelley, but definitely you too. Just you're that
yeah,
person, Yeah.
yes, no, she
Yeah.
gets it from both of us. Yeah, no, she
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Um, but no,
Nice.
we'll see. But
So
yeah,
back to what you were asking me about being an introvert, going introvert. When you were saying Keith Haring and Australian children, there's something about being a person creating without the internet, that time before. How did somebody like me wouldn't have existed? I would have been so eccentric and such an anomaly in my neighborhood to the point that
yeah,
people would be angry at me. They would throw rocks at me in 1985 if I was doing this. Or
yeah,
1990. So Keith Haring is in the late 80s doing that. And the only visual you see is what somebody happened to videotape it. And now it's on YouTube, right? But our lives are so connected to the internet where I feel like where I get negative is that so much of my effort is given to Mark Zuckerberg. I was telling Rose, I think since 2010, if I made $300 because I've been on Facebook, that's a lot. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? So all
yeah,
that effort that I'm giving out to the world, it's sometimes takes too much out of me because that ham part of me, that part of me that wants to show, is taken to the extreme where people are now just doing this, you know, and if they like it,
yeah.
they're looking at it for less than a second. I take every
That's
minute
so.
when I see your posts. I watch every video because I know that feeling of people just going, like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't worry too much about those people. I think there's two audience members I'm interested in. One is the finding people like me to work
Me
with,
too.
like yourself
Me too.
and
Right.
Emma,
Right. Right.
and then the other is an archive. So what we're doing is documented. So when there's serious people around, which there aren't at the moment, like you say, if everyone's just doom scrolling, but that's fine. One,
Mhm.
if what we do can be presented in a way that's interesting and substantial,
Mhm.
people will look back and they won't just scroll straight past it because it will be within the context of free art, freeze art, black ivory, and
Mhm.
the material will be there. So I think we're making a time capsule an online time capsule now, and whether we
Mhm.
get 5 likes or 5,000 likes with today's audience is really an irrelevance as
I
far as I'm
agree.
concerned.
And you're going to make somebody's life a living hell, some art student's life, when they're trying to archive your stuff because you have so much of it. They're just gonna index your work is going to be impossible.
Yes, and it's intertwined with you and Emma now, so they'll have to. I mean, try finding Emma's work. You know what I mean?
Well, that was I was going to talk about her. So, does it stop her from being more creative, or less creative by showing it? So that's always my like. I'm looking for new things all the time. I don't know what I like. I don't when I don't succeed, it depresses me. So I like to. I mean, I see you and how quickly you can find something new, and that's something that I don't need to be new just for newness sake. I hate being stale. So
Yeah, yeah.
I try new things. Do you think that I always hope that by exhibiting online that somehow I'm getting a feedback to myself to change? Like, oh, I've seen that before. Stop that, Ron. You got to do something new. But Emma, she's not even on the internet at all. She
No.
still keeps turning out things and thinking artly, I guess,
Yeah, Emma's like the Duracell bunny. You know, she's relentless.
Yes. Right.
She'll just go bang, 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 like with
Yep.
those tambourine things.
Yep. But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think Black Ivory will present Emma's work when I get round to doing it. In a way, because the thing I like about me, you, and Emma specifically, and no one else, is that the common denominator between us artistically is quite big, and it's never been that before. Whereas with other things, there's not really a lot linking them all together. So I need to demonstrate that with Emma's work, because with me and you, like for example, that painting over your shoulder there, you can see quite quickly how my work and your work relates to each other, and also equally importantly, not to other people's as well. Like there's a lot of stuff on Instagram, for example, that is obviously nothing to do with what we're doing. The same's true of Emma, but things no one can see that because Emma's so invisible. But like I say, maybe next year I'll get round to building the Black Ivory site, maybe do a Black Ivory book or something, so I can present the three of us as a unit that makes sense and is distinguishable from everything else.
I'm certainly going to hopefully plan a trip out in the next year, also to Thailand, but to London, even briefly, in some way.
Great.
Where we should do something. It's worth the $900 for me. It's worth it because it keeps me going. Yeah.
Yeah, because Thailand's all in doubt now because things seem to be not encouraging with what's going on at the border, and that could escalate to the point. I mean, I'm not developing On's parents' house now next year. I was planning to, but I don't want to build a house that just gets bombed. You know what I mean? That's just money down the drain. So you know what I mean? That's not happening. So maybe instead of doing Thailand next year, if things kick off with the war and that, we should do London instead.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
maybe
watching you guys dance the other night, right? With bombing going on, I felt like you guys were like at Paris and it was 1940, and you can hear the guns in the distance, yet you're just partying the night away.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, nothing encourages you to party like the idea that a bomb might land on your head at any moment.
I can't even. So how does On think about all that? She's that's her.
Yeah,
her world.
I mean, there's nothing major happening. We're quite a long way from it here. Patia's nowhere near Cambodia.
Well, I know, but if California was being bombed, I would be like, "Holy crap, California's being bombed!"
Oh right. No, very little concern about it at all. It's just business as usual. We know things are going on, but because we can't see or hear it, we just carry on as if nothing's happening.
Right.
Yeah. Even in Korat, which is even in the village near Korat we are, which is quite near the trouble. again, there was no. I mean, I can't understand what they're talking about, but I can tell they're not talking about war. They're talking about everyday stuff. They're not bothered at all about this military stuff.
Yeah, that's a little different here. That's all people would talk about. Back to the doom
Yeah.
scrolling. That's what. But I don't know. The U.S. That's what they're doing now. So we're just the world's coming to an end. And that's what I want to get away from. That's why I seek out what you're doing, because you got the life. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of war talk going on in Europe at the moment. So
War? Really? With who? With Russia?
Russia. Yeah. I know.
Who are these people? Are all they're all our age. They're all our age, making like these. They're saying stuff out of their mouths that just makes you laugh. It's like, how can people be so different? It's there's no such thing as war with Russia. It means the end of the world if there's war with Russia. It's a crazy thing to even say.
Yeah, I mean, if they, I mean, there's modes of traditional warfare like what's going on in Ukraine at the moment. I mean, there's no one's dropping nuclear bombs. It's sort of like you go with one hand tied behind your back. So when people say war with Russia, I think what they really mean is relative to what's possible, a minor skirmish, because everyone knows what will happen if anyone presses the button.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I say war with Russia, it's not full-out war.
Right. There's no advantage to war because nobody can win a one hand tied behind your back war. It doesn't work like that.
What war is just. I mean, it's so crazy to think about war. If you're just living your normal life and like spending time with kids, going to the shops, and then you sort of remind yourself, actually, there's wars going on. People just killing each other.
I know.
It just seems so inexplicable that it ever happens. I mean, if I bump into somebody on the street, I apologize. Right. And yet there's people who are willingly macheting each other to death.
I know.
Complete strangers. It's crazy to think
the power of the mind and the power of boredom.
One of the only books I read when I was a kid was Lord of the Rings, and that I think, and the bit at the end where the grown-ups turn up and think they're all playing some game. That's how I feel when I look at the world. I feel like I'm one of the grown-ups who's seeing these kids running around chasing each other, thinking they're playing cowboys and Indians.
Right?
They're not. They're trying to kill each other.
Right.
But I just can't. My mind won't process what they think they're bloody doing.
Well, that might be interesting because the whole idea of like when you say Europe thinking they're going to be at war, or the UK or whatever, those people are delusional because people like you and me and everybody else, you're not going to get young men and women to say, not today, not with our internet, not with our phones. You must hate that Russian guy. Go shoot him. It's not going to happen. Like in the Ukraine, they're pulling him off the street to go fight. They literally have to take him off the street. Because people are saying, no, I don't want. I want to make out with my girlfriend. I want. They've always done that. That was how it always was. But like in the 19th century here, I think we only had a civil war because all the farmer boys were bored out of their mind and they thought they were going to go have a good time.
Yeah.
But then, in World War II, it was more like, again, no internet to say that's not what you're doing, guys. You're doing something else. And now they're just going to go, I'd rather have a new app. I want to go. There's no more young people going to die for a country. Not in this country. Not where I am. It doesn't work like that.
I imagine the sentiment for defending Britain against Hitler is different. Like, we felt that our nation was under threat, and
it was being bombed.
Whereas people now don't have that feeling of I'm going to give my life to this cause because I believe in my country. Because people don't believe in their country anymore. People have seen what our country did in Iraq. People have seen what our country do during COVID. People see on the internet, like, there's conspiracy theory now, which is mainstream. People have such disdain for the people at the top that the idea that I'm going to send my kids out to die for Keir Starmer is absolutely beyond belief. The people are going to say, "Screw you! You want a war? You fight your own bloody war."
Right.
I've got so you've got the military, but people's hearts aren't going to be in it. And
Right.
if things do go world war, like really bad, then it will be a handful of people doing it. It won't be everyone sort of donating their pots and pans to build planes. That those days are gone.
The Ministry of Propaganda doesn't exist anymore. We have a way to find out things.
Yeah.
And,
people are more clued up now than they were.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, but anyway, I mean, we've got our little corner of the world where we do our paintings. And
I was just going to segue back to art and your free art, please art press release, because I think I really love that idea, and I hope you push it, because everything you've been doing at Camden with the videos and making a video of you doing this. Did you ever see old Mike? Do you know who Michael Moore is?
Yes, I know Michael Moore. Yeah.
So he got famous obviously on that kind of act, like confronting the enemy, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
And showing how horrible they are, or whatever, by being what he was, and it worked.
Yeah.
And that kind of entertainment, you know, especially the way you do it, is good. Yeah.
I think it might be good because it's also because Michael Moore was doing like real serious. I mean, I know that what I'm talking about is serious stuff, but with art, it's sort of seen as a bit of a pantomime, a bit of a joke. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think making what I'm doing more sort of entertainment, it's going to be pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
and it's entertainment that I think a lot of people won't argue with. I'm convinced for the rest of my life I'm just going to give away everything now. And if somebody wants to put a price on it, of course I'm going to take it, because I want to eat, and I want to make Rose stop working. So if all of a sudden in one of the advertisements statements, it's about, don't let artists lie to you. They all want to be rich, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
I agree with that completely. Of course I want to be rich. Who wouldn't want to be rich?
Yeah. It's we can get the money. I just see the potential to get money indirectly as a lot more profitable than trying to get it directly. People
through a middleman.
Yeah. I think people find the idea of paying for some nobody's painting to not be very appealing, but they will engage with something if you say there's no money involved in all this, and then let me worry about how that gets monetized. That's my job, not yours. So relieve the buyer of the chore of giving you money.
Absolutely. And there's something now it's here. My older daughter talks about it. She read a couple books, but there's this thing called the gift economy that people are talking about now.
Right.
It's pretty much like start bartering more of your thing. Obviously, you can't do that with everything, but give things when you can, and it'll come back to you in some way. And one of my writers, Henry Miller, used to talk about that. He said, if there's a genuine need, it will be met. And that's what he experienced his whole life of poverty. He always had what he needed. He never went without as an artist. And it's hand to mouth. Yeah.
And me and you and Emma are in such a good position because we produce stuff so quickly in such large volume that we're in a position to exploit that, which artists like, Paul Harvey and Jonathan Quadrille, who spent, or Ella Peru, who spent, a year doing a handful of paintings, they're kind of snookered in a way that we're not. I mean, anyone could do a quick sketch or whatever, but we can do our A grade stuff and give it away. So there's no feeling that you're getting a lesser artwork. You're getting the best stuff we produce for free. We're really doing it properly.
I like that. Yep. Well, that's what I want to do. You were talking about size papers this morning, A3 and A4. The difference in how long they. Well, this one, this is a 24 by 30 inches. So I want to go much smaller and start to do a little bit of factory churning out some good stuff. To just do a year, that kind of to catch up. When you say 300 paintings by March, that's what I would like to do. I've done that before, where I've always given myself that chore, and then I end up with
I'm
big
sure. I'm
paintings like-
sure you've got. I'm sure that over the last year you've produced more work than I have. I think you're very
no way,
modest.
no way, nope.
No?
You got it. You got it
Okay.
down. You got it down.
Maybe I
But
know.
I just have to move those
But
paintings down. I have to shorten them this
okay.
size.
But yes.
9x12.
Yeah.
And
No, I can. I find A4 quite hard. It's quicker for me to do A3 than A4. I just
help me out.
the way my hand moves isn't compatible with small pieces of paper.
Yep. Right.
So
I prefer this.
20
I always prefer this. Yeah.
24 by 30 is the size I started painting at, and that's my favourite size to paint. 24 by 30.
Right.
I've probably done more paintings that size than any other size, apart from A4 and 8, apart from paper sizes. Canvas sizes, I've done more 24 by 30. Actually, that's not true. I did a ton of 10 by 8s and 5 by 7s, but I find those ones very difficult to do. 24 by 30, I can just knock them out. 10 a day, no worries.
Smaller the painting, the more I do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm drawing. The bigger the paper, the more I do this. And it's how I like, it's freeing. So it's like, what do I want to do? Do I want to be tight or do I want to be light? I want to be light. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't do tight. I don't like tight. One of the reasons why I never really thought, because within Stuckism, my favourite painters, I always divided the Stuckists into two categories. You've got the steady hands and the sloppy hands. And the steady hands were always the sort of poster boys of the show. So you'd have Eamon Everall, Joe Machine, Charles Thompson, Ella Griffin, Paul Harvey, and some other guy. All the steady-handed painters, always the major ones, and then all the sloppy hands like myself, Jacqueline Jones and all that, Jane Kelly, were always at the back of the gallery, sort of above a radiator. And I thought, no, they've got this all the wrong way around.
Yeah, you just didn't. You weren't aggressive, so you probably just said, "Yeah, just put me by the radiator."
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't done on purpose, but I did notice that. Yeah, the presentation of the work was always, I thought, the wrong way round. I mean, if it's up to me, I'd have had a big Jacqueline Jones as you walked into the thing. You know what I mean?
I've observed that over the years so much with what people, potential buyers or people like that, what they think art is. It's so subjective that it's painful. I've had people like something I've done that's sitting next to some 17th century master, no lie, like in an actual show, and even I don't, because I have this warped idea about what is supposed to be good, but then what I can do, what comes out of me. And that's why I like expressionism, because it's me. I can't be somebody else. So I can't write a novel like, my novel will be like Jack Kerouac, not by, I don't know, Tolstoy or something. I don't know. It's a different thing, but a lot more people are going to probably appreciate Tolstoy for all the pain he took to do everything right.
Well, that's it. You'll always get the unartisticness being it's like Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry did that silly duck dance on stage. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
The guy was a genius, and that's what people liked.
Yeah.
Same with Jimi Hendrix. If you say Jimi Hendrix is the man on the street, they won't think like Little Wing or Castles Made of Sand. They'll think of a guy who played guitar with his teeth. They'll always find the most unartistic aspects of the most. And like with art, it's the same. Oh, that must have taken you a long time. So who cares how much time it took? You know, they'll always find the wrong end of the stick with art. It's always the same. It's always the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's just the way of the world. I mean, it's not a problem. It's not a problem because there's a big enough audience for everyone to have their space. But off grid's on my YouTube. Off Grid Life is just on my YouTube. There's some messages come up.
Oh, good.
Off Grid Life's a good painter. Have you seen his watercolors?
Oh, yes. And when he talked,
He
I
is
don't know if
properly good.
yes, and he talked about the reason why he can't do it anymore because of gout. He was telling me he doesn't like to paint anymore. Arthritis.
Sorry, because of
Gout.
right,
Arthritis.
Arthritis. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's not fun. If that ever comes to me, I'll paint with my toes. I don't care. I'll stick a paintbrush in my ear and do this.
Yeah, no, I had that with my fingers. In my 20s, I got hypermobility syndrome in my fingers.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't play guitar for 6 months. So I thought, well, I'll just play left-handed. So I started learning left-handed guitar. And then I figured out ways of holding the neck where I wasn't putting pressure on the joints. And like you say, fortunately for me, 6 months of rest and recuperation was enough to get better.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
I realized then that it wouldn't be a problem for me if I got arthritis in terms of work. I mean, it'd be a problem for my life, but in terms of my workflow, it would just means I'd work differently.
In pain.
I would like you. I'd paint with my ear, like you said. you would just find a way around it, and you might even find that the restrictions are a good thing, because a lot of time in our having restrictions placed upon you more often. I mean, not to the extent where you're painting with your ear, but I think if you look at all the brilliant music that was recorded in the 1960s on 4-track machines, they benefited from the fact they didn't have 100,000 tracks to work with on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hopefully Off Grid Life is finding some, or like Matisse with his scissors. He goes, no problem, I'll just do scissors. Right. Yeah.
Right. We have a guy that we know. He plays out in Rochester. His name is Overhand Sam. That's his gimmick. He plays the guitar like this, completely upside down.
Oh, over the top.
Over the top with his fingers. He's really good. I mean,
yeah.
But that's how he taught himself, because he had a broken arm when he first started playing guitar, and or a broken hand or something where he had to do that. But
yeah.
All right, Mr. Johnston, Mr.
Yes,
Jompy, I'm going to be breaking away. It's looking that time where Rose has to go to work. So.
Okay, no problem. I think On's probably suitably annoyed with me now for me to go and explain why I've not sat with her. She's been sat on her own for an hour. Yeah, this is going to be an expensive evening.
These videos are great. And when you put them up, I love them. So Substack does a good job. Worth every minute.
Substack's brilliant. Again, thank you, Instagram, for not letting us do it, because we found Substack.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, have safe travels and have a blast. We'll see you dancing again.
Great. Cheers, Ron. Have a good day. I look forward to the next collaboration with Rose.
Absolutely. I'll keep you informed.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.